That's part of my day in and day out stress and headache.
Yeah.
Are we selling enough hats for Devin? Are we selling enough distressed tees for Wu and Vito? Are we creating enough sales and shirts for Few and Matt, Few and Jared to stay working? Is it enough orders for Zay to fulfill? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's 8 things right there that I got to make sure every single day that's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Don't become an entrepreneur. Episode 8 of the Untitled God is Dope podcast.
8?
Wow. Episode 11.
Blooper.
You know what I was thinking?
What?
Trying to make sure I said the Untitled God is Dope podcast right.
Where did 8 come from?
I don't know.
That's funny.
Episode 11.
So episode 11, and by the way, I think we've decided that our title is just going to stay the Untitled God is Dope podcast.
Yeah, once you pass 10, it's a wrap.
That's just what it is.
Yeah.
And I kind of like that.
It's untitled.
It's just Untitled. Whatever we may talk about.
We just not trying that hard for a title.
Yeah. The title doesn't, it's the content.
It's the content, yeah.
So episode 11, today is, what day is it? The 10th of November.
Yeah.
So let's get into what we did today. It's actually pretty late. It's 7 p.m. on a Saturday.
Burning the midnight oil, man. Shout out to Seth for hanging in there.
Says had a long day.
Yeah. I can see it in his face.
But yeah, so today we had an event from 2 to 6. It was the official name. Let me pull up the official name. I lost the flyer. Okay, it was the Hug Life Cares Thanksgiving Drive, powered by God is Dope. We had Streets 945 there, DJ Holiday's organization, the commission, right?
Yeah.
As well as, I believe, the food was from Big Daddy's.
Did I introduce you to Holiday?
No. Sherrod's bad at introducing me to people.
Oh, okay.
So this is a funny time to... You want to talk about that story?
Let's just play the clip.
Let's just play the clip of me getting totally ignored by DJ Holiday.
What, like 50 minutes?
40 an hour.
Yeah, I think
I'm Jay, by the way.
I structured shit like a real radio show. So.
Yeah.
Hello, fans. They took over.
I'm not shit.
Okay, now we're back.
Yeah,
I hope you had a good laugh.
Yeah,
But
I'm Jay. I might get that tatted. I'm Jay, by the way.
that would be a funny shirt for me to wear. I'm just gonna wear that to events. I'm Jay, by the way.
Yeah.
Since Sherrod doesn't want to introduce me to anyone. But anyways, the event was to collect. Oh, and Hug Life Cares. That was the foundation
shout
that
out,
put that
shout out
on.
to Cali.
Yeah, Cali's the man.
Cali. Yeah.
And so the event was to collect monetary donations for turkeys, non-perishable food items, and then fall and winter clothing and blankets.
Yep.
And, Callie had brought 4 little bins, one for each category, and they were filled up within like 30 minutes. I was like, you should have planned better for that.
Yeah.
But, there was an awesome amount of stuff, and, we can play a clip of a little recap of that probably.
We're paying it forward. We're at the God is Dope store on Edgewood Ave. That's for all my real ATL and all my people that ain't from here. Edgewood, historically black street downtown. And we give it back, man. It's one of those things that a lot of people talk about. Yeah, I'm gonna give back, I'm gonna do something for the community. Well, right now you got an opportunity. Hug Life, the commission, and a whole lot of other people came to.
But yeah, super cool event. It's, beginning of November, we're going into Thanksgiving and then holiday season, so it's always important to use our platforms to give back. And I think Erica or Ebony had said that we should just have a box throughout November, December on our end, and just like have a month-long collection where it's passive kind of. We're not pushing it crazy, but if you see the box, like a Toys for Tots kind of thing.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool, fun event, good food. Met some cool people. But yeah, so overall, that was a great event.
One thing I did want to talk about.
From the event?
No, just overall, before I forget. The difference in this month and last month as far as urgency. And what's the word I'm looking for? Just, I don't know if we went so hard last month to the point where we just like.
Are tired?
Yeah.
No, I think
because it's the energy.
I think it's just
different.
I know it's different, but I think it's because it's like we know what Black Friday is gonna do.
Yeah, but it's like, do we know? You can never be too sure.
Are we gonna do over under on Black Friday sales?
Yeah,
Okay. What was it last year? 100? No.
like 90 something
Okay.
between the 2 days. So
Yeah, 'cause we do our Black Friday on
Black
Thanksgiving.
Friday on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And the reason I do that on Thanksgiving is to kind of beat the rest of the company. So take notes on this too. If you do your Black Friday on actual Black Friday,
You're just 1 in a million.
you 1 in a million. So if you think from my point of view where it's like, okay, how can I get the one up on any other brand? Like if it's Black Friday and I'm saving my money for Walmart, on Black Friday I'm going to Walmart. But if it's like, oh, God is Dope is doing something on Black Thursday, let me go ahead and buy this $15 hoodie or this $10 hat or this $10 shirt or this wristband or whatever. Let me get them out the way since they doing it first. But if you trying to compete with everybody else on that same day, what am I going to buy a God is Dope shirt for when I can go and get whatever from Walmart or go and get whatever from this place if it's it's the same price? I'm just saying, speaking from like not a big brand that we are now, like a smaller brand.
Yeah. But also, speaking to that, I've seen some people do Black Friday sales like they already started. I don't think I like that.
I don't.
Like way too early. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's like,
No, don't do it that
a
early.
day. I think like a day.
A day is
like
perfect.
Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah.
What do people do on Thanksgiving? They hang out with their family and they get dressed up to stay in their own house.
Yeah, yeah,
And then once you eat, what do? Watch football, surf the web, right?
yeah.
That's the perfect time to already start shopping.
And we do it at midnight.
Yeah.
We drop it at midnight. Boom.
So yeah, I think that the difference in urgency is
Yeah,
me.
but
to me is
basically keep that same energy.
okay.
You know, because if we got Black Friday, why not triple? Like let's really kick it out the window.
But the issue was, remember, we had said we were going to keep all our items high priced to have that Black Friday impact be as much as possible. And when they are higher priced, either way, they're just not going to match the sale. We have a 30 for 30 and
True. That's very true. But let's a
No,
little bit more. You know,
more oomph.
a little bit more.
Okay.
Because I did that last month. You know, not for any reason in particular, but it just showed me how motivated we can be to reach a goal or to do certain things.
Yeah.
You know, so every month on the 1st we should have that big team morale meeting, and it's like, okay, look, this is the goal for this month. Let's reach it and let's work towards it every month instead of, okay, let's shoot the shit until Black Friday.
Yeah.
Because we still have stuff to do as far as like
Christmas.
strategically, not Christmas, but strategically as far as, okay, what are we going to drop on Black Friday? What new stuff do we need? Is it one color? What colors and how many hits is it? Like all that type of stuff needs to be thought out. Are we going to use this company to print certain stuff or this and that? So we need to definitely think about that aspect of things. So yeah, we can go into next, but that's just something that I had on my mind that I want to talk about as far as just keep that same energy every month, every 1st. We need to set a goal. We need to work towards it, and if whether we meet it or we don't meet it, we need to go back into that next month eager and hungry for another goal. And even if we don't set the goal as high as the last month, set something and say, okay, let's work towards this.
Yeah. I mean, basically the goals that, like, on my Excel sheet of goals that we had set.
It was just to beat this last month.
No. Like the way I set my year goals was,
Yeah.
and that's just based on the model that literally Adidas did when I worked there. Like on the floor selling shoes, it's just like, what did this day look like last year? And the goal was, don't go under what we did on this day last year, which isn't what I did on ours. On ours was literally double it. But
Yeah.
obviously, we do what we did last year in like a week. So, you know what I mean? But we can come up with a system to, now that we'll have like 2 years of data of sales, maybe medians and, okay, where's our baseline? Like, if we go under this, everyone's fired. Like, you know, and it's like, this is a minimum goal. This is a, okay, cool. And then this is a bonuses for everyone goal. You know what I mean?
Right.
So maybe some sort of goal system.
So what's the over-under for Black Friday?
I bet we'll do, I want to say either very high 100s or low 200s. Because I think like the formula
in those 2 days?
In 2 days.
Thursday and Friday?
I think we could, I mean,
dang,
the formula has been to double this year. And we have.
So you got that much faith. I don't know if we can do that without the site crashing.
Oh, should we look into that?
Yeah.
Like, I think I need to call Shop and be like, look.
Yeah.
Because, you know, on Shopify, they have these little cards.
That happened last year. We crashed.
It did happen last year. They have cards, and it's like, prepare for this. It's just a reminder that Shopify puts on your dashboard. And then one of them is like, prepare for Black Friday. This
14 days away.
Yeah. It has like a counter. But yeah, that's something I should look into because was that the day? One day it did crash, and like we had to send out. We put up on our stories like, sorry.
Yeah.
This is the first time this happened. It had to have been Black Friday.
Yeah, it was. I remember.
Okay. So and then in those little cards it tells you like you're amongst the whatever percent of sales and shop, and we're like literally the top 1%.
We're in the 1% of
of Shopify store sales.
Since we
so let's get that Shopify sponsorship because they feature a lot of stores in there.
Yeah.
What?
It's a lot of stuff that people overlook us for.
Yeah.
And
but
I mean,
like the thing is, I don't see
it.
how they can overlook us when they're telling us we're in the 1%.
I don't talk about it, but you know we get overlooked a lot, Jay. But it's part of being an underdog.
Yeah. But okay, that's important to make sure our site does not crash.
Yeah.
I don't know how we go. Maybe we can bring Kareem back to talk about why sites crash, if it does crash.
Yeah.
Hopefully it won't. So this week we've had 3 guest segments on the Untitled Guys Up podcast, right?
Right.
And they were all people that had to do with your past and your path leading up to God is Dope, right?
Right.
So I guess
the first segment was with Clay West. We're gonna bring Clay on to help us with
PR
and influencer marketing and things like that because he knows everybody and he's
very charismatic guy.
Yeah, he has the gift of gab.
It's really just about the impact of the culture. Like I want to see Obama. I ain't gonna stop until I see Obama and Beyonce and a God is Dope. Like that's gonna be my goal. Like because a lot of times people come to me and they think they need PR, and that's really how I got into creative direction because it's like, no, you don't need PR, you need management.
Right.
No, you don't need PR, you need creative direction because PR is the last step. People try to skip the steps thinking that a PR person is going to solve their issue.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, first you need dope product, number one.
Yeah.
Just because a person is a publicist don't mean they're going to be able to push some. It's like, you know, people who sell drugs. It's like if you got some terrible product,
right.
I mean, people you think going to buy your product if it's not good. Yeah. Going back to God is Dope, like, it's just like, as a creative, you're always trying to find, and as an innovator, right? Because you can be a creator and creative, but that doesn't always translate to being an innovator. You know what I mean? But as an innovator, on top of being a creative, you're always trying to find the most simplest way to bring about culture, but in your own uniqueness, right?
Right.
And so when I just saw God is Dope, I was like, oh my gosh, I wish I would have thought of this. Because it was perfect. It was like, it's the perfect sentiment of where we are culturally. Everybody always uses the colloquialism dope, you know what I mean? And everyone feels a certain way about God. I mean, even the thuggest of thuggish rappers, when they go up to win a award, they can be talking about all types of stuff.
Right.
That isn't the most godliest. But they gonna
God.
get up there and they gonna thank God. That's gonna be the first thing they do.
Right.
Because it's just what we come from, and we're grateful and thankful even when we don't always showcase it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So when I saw that, I was just like, this is brilliant. Like as a creative, as a person that comes up with, you know, different sayings and phrases, and I'm in my phone jotting stuff down all the time. You know what I mean? So I just was so inspired by the fact that this young man who I've known since the beginning of my professional career had created something so profound yet so simplistic.
So, yeah, shout out to Clay. Okay, the second guy we brought on was Eric.
Eric Lee.
Yeah, Eric Lee. We talked about Eric in a couple of the podcasts where he's like, he bootlegged God is Dope after I met with him initially, and you know, he's a very smart guy.
Yeah, I picked up on that. He's definitely like he's got a lot going on.
That's why I said what I said.
Yeah.
We wouldn't need you if I had Eric.
So many kids get caught up in like, yo, I'm trying to be Off-White. Oh, I'm trying to be, you know, Louis Vuitton or like designer. And I'm just like, bro, they got people that they paying $100,000 a year to go pick out the finest leathers.
Right.
That's why it's at that price point.
Yeah,
exactly.
Like, you got a screen printed T-shirt.
Right.
Take Shiraz's model and do it that way.
And I got that from you though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I told you earlier, that was a sink or swim moment. And when I did it, I was like, yo, this is either going to be a moment where he, like, it is gonna jeopardize everything, or he's gonna figure it out. And in the back of my mind, I was like, yo, I know he's gonna figure it out. And when I saw the 3 for 30, I was like, oh,
right,
he gets it. Like he gets it.
Because you
know
told
what
me what you was doing with Superline. We was like, man, I figured it out with Facebook.
Yeah.
And he was like, I'm just, you know, cheap pricing, and it's like boom, boom, boom. I'm selling them, and I was like, But then, you know, eventually it just all made sense.
You got to get the market share. That's Amazon's entire business model.
Right.
They're willing to lose more money than anybody else in the world just to get market share. Just to get you to create that habit of, I go to the store, I could just get it from Amazon Prime, 2-day shipping.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Crazy. So we're trying to be like, you know, we're not going to be able to beat Gildan in their price points, right?
Right.
They own the factories. They're moving containers and containers. So we're trying to go for more of a premium, but still affordable.
Right. Right.
So like these, literally, I bootleg H&M, the $25 hoodies.
Okay.
There you go. Bootleg.
Bootleg the basic.
Bootleg
yeah.
them.
That's
right.
And we
right.
sell.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
matter of fact,
wholesale.
these do feel like the H&M joints.
Yeah.
Dang.
Bootleg
And you doing and these you doing these at what wholesale? To like, you know.
Like open style. You talking about the price?
Yeah.
11.
11. Yeah.
11. Yeah. So if you go to Alpha Broder, you're gonna be paying 11 for a G185 as if you're like just starting out. You know what I'm saying? So for me, my perspective was like, I can't beat. You know, the wholesale pricing is way different when you picking up containers and pallets. So I can't beat them at that. But let me try to get the little fish that's trying to get started and give them a better product at the same price.
He's doing great things. You know, he got his own blank line going.
Yeah.
Solid.
Basics.
And solid basics. And yeah, shout out to Eric. That was, you know, we talked to him. We spoke about work-life balance. We spoke about just the whole wholesale thing. We're gonna try out some of his blanks and see how they work with our.
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully we can have
figure out
something
those
done by
joggers.
Black Friday for y'all.
Yeah.
The next guy was a guy that was with me a little bit earlier than the other two guys.
Ambition. Formerly known as
Two Crunk, and he used to work with me when I was doing photography in the club. You got to humble yourself.
Yeah.
But I mean, the people in the section, you probably making more money than them. Period. But the illusion is you beneath them, so you got to kind of play the part.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, it made me who I am. It made him who he is.
Facts.
It's just, you know, it's just a character builder. I think everybody should be a
Like digging holes, like in holes.
Yep.
It sucks, but
Yeah. Exactly.
Well, it's funny you say that even on character building because it boils down to being humble. So when I first bought a camera, I was just playing with the camera. One of my buddies used to always do my shoot, so I bought a camera. So a good buddy of mine, DJ Quest, you remember Quest?
Oh,
you know what
sure.
I'm saying? And he got me in taking pictures at Frequency. That was my spot. And Sherrod had this business, ATL Exposed, and it was that and one more of the competition. But he was one of the main go-to photographers. If you had a night popping, you needed your pictures on this website.
ATLexposedmag.com.
You had to have one of his photographers in there. So
For sure.
they saw me doing my thing, and they approached me. You know what I'm saying? And I try to be coachable and everything, and they told me the nicest way that my pictures suck. And
and what was that? What was the verbiage of that?
It's not as easy as you think, because it's like, it's a thing where you got to be super still. You got to make sure it's cropped right. It's like, it's a science to it. It's all math and variables. And I was, you know, we was teaching Crunk that, you know, just to step his pictures up so they can be, so, because we don't want to send Crunk, because I can't be everywhere. And for me to build a brand, people can't know the difference between my pictures and his pictures
Facts.
and CJ pictures and Posy pictures. Everybody's pictures need to look the same. So I was just trying to get him up to par with our pictures, so I wouldn't have to be everywhere, or say send him somewhere to be a decoy, and then me have to come the last hour to save the party with my pictures. Because I would do that a lot too. I would have like 5 photographers in 5 different clubs, and I would bounce around just to make sure that I got
Some
at
good
least
shots.
50 to 60 good pictures at that party. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was just that time of my life. It just made me who I am today, as far as just like a hard worker, customer service. Because you got to have customer service when you're dealing with promoters, because
Patience.
yeah, patience, all of that stuff. Patience, like, you know, they making you wait till 5 o'clock in the morning to get paid when the club closed at 2:30. It's just like, come on, bro. And Kanye West song came on. Now let my nightmares go. I put on everybody that I knew from the go. I know hoes that was from when they knew he was broke. They say, man, easy, you don't know me no more. You got that big chain on me and it just changed on me. You can everybody just going crazy. And I remember like wanting to have that feeling to where I say, I put on everybody that I knew from the go. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to, I was like, man, I want to put on everybody that I know from Chicago. You know what I'm saying? And all I know is my family, really, and a couple friends.
Yeah.
And I got my family out here behind me working.
Every month, there's a new cousin.
Every month, it's a new cousin coming out here.
As an entrepreneur, I always seek to learn in whatever I'm doing. And like I said, we don't talk as often as we used to, but I follow the brand. I love the brand. So if it's a snippet that y'all put up, I'm watching it. If it's him talking about something, I'm listening because I'm seeing what you've built. And early this year, it was just like a real quick in and out. To me, it was the biggest damn jewel, you know what I'm saying, ever. And I'm building the brand, and I'll talk about that later. He asked someone, he said, how much it costs to make a shirt? He said, $5. He said, all right, sell your shirt for $5. It's like, damn, you know what? That might work.
That guy has a lot of respect for you.
It's a lot of people
It's a lot
out here
of
with a lot
love.
of respect for me, Jay. I think you learned that today. And through, just not today, but, you know.
I mean,
through
I've
your-
been around you for a long time.
Yeah.
No.
I don't talk the talk, but I do walk the walk. Right? I don't talk about it a lot, but when we out in certain places, the way I move, it's like, oh,
it's pretty cool.
yeah, it's pretty cool. We don't have to talk about it. What's understood don't got to be explained. It's just,
But yeah, no, that guy, Ambition, he had a pretty interesting story.
yeah, he did. He's a day one. He's a day one. So yeah, we can show a little bit of that conversation.
And then we'll probably eventually drop, the full videos if you guys are interested in those.
Yeah, we'll drop it. Yeah, let us know in the comments if y'all interested in seeing the full conversations of any one of those. Maybe pick out of the 3 which one y'all want to hear the most.
Comment more.
Yeah, comment
Don't
more.
text me or DM me and tell me you like this podcast.
They still texting me and DMing me.
Don't
saying,
DM him or text him. Comment.
Yeah.
Because that means not that it doesn't mean a lot to me, but it means more to me because that helps us get our videos out there.
Yeah.
Comment more, please.
Thank you.
And then let us know, if you don't like something, or don't do that segment, or don't do it this way. This is new. We're only on 11. We've been just and people take a long time to get episodes out sometimes, and their content, it might be once a month. We're doing just every other day. So we're very new to this.
Very.
I know you've had more content experience, but podcast wise, this is the first
this is
kind
the
of
first
formal thing, right?
Yeah, I bought these mics a while ago, and they was just collecting dust for a long time. I bought them for A3C. The first A3C we had at God is Dope, 2016 A3C. So yeah, it took 2 years for me to actually put them to legitimate use.
Yeah. So yeah, just let us know what would you like to see on the Untitled God is Dope podcast, because it is untitled, so it has no theme or rhyme or reason. It's whatever you guys want.
Yeah. Sometimes we're talking about Derrick Rose. Sometimes we're talking about work-life balance. Sometimes we're talking about Jay's dad and mom bilingualness.
Yeah, it's pretty random. But I just had a brain blast. Going back to the event, we were riding back home from the event, or not back home, back to the factory to record this from the event, and we were listening just by coincidence.
Yeah, that was a
The
coincidence.
streets, yeah, because we had talked about it at the event. We were like, yeah, we should get someone to listen in on the radio and take a video so that way we can have it. And
Yeah.
we were just, Sherrod goes, wait, this is it. And
Right.
he turns it up, and we heard the first God is Dope radio plug.
You come down to the God is Dope store, 451 Edgewood Ave, and they will give you 25% off of any of the merchandise that's in the store. Now, I know y'all been walking around, y'all have seen these shirts, the God is Dope shirts. I pray for this shirt. You come down here and get you one for 25% off. All you have to do is donate. You can donate clothes, you can donate money.
Yeah,
So we can play that clip. I thought that was pretty cool.
yeah, that was cool. It's like hearing your song on the radio.
That was DJ Black.
DJ Black, Streets 94.5.
Uh-huh.
First time I heard my brand on the radio. It's liberating.
Exciting stuff.
Yeah.
So new drops for, this week we have the Life Hack shirt. Correct?
Yeah, life hack.
That was supposed to go up yesterday, right?
Yeah,
we
we
just-
couldn't get a good photo of it.
Okay, so we'll probably do that Monday.
And let's talk about where the inspiration came from.
That was inspired by
A Chick-fil-A,
A Chick-fil-A sign.
billboard.
Yeah,
Life hack.
those
What
crazy
is it?
cows.
Was it eat chicken? Or something like that?
Yeah, it's Life Hack. Eat more chicken. Like their whole thing is eat.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
guys know Chick-fil-A. Unless you're not from
Well, if you don't know
somewhere that-
Chick-fil-A, their
yeah.
whole basis is like save
Sherrod eats more Chick-fil-A than anyone on the face of the earth.
probably anybody in this factory combined. Everybody.
If you had the Chick-fil-A app and you use it, they would probably give you like a lifetime
They should.
discount.
Well, if they sponsored this just by giving me free food, I would like cut it off for any other sponsors forever.
Would you get a Chick-fil-A tattoo?
I wouldn't mind it.
Okay.
I would get a Chick-fil-A tramp stamp.
Let's go right now. That would be so funny. Speaking of tattoos, Sherrod is offering anyone that gets a God is Dope tattoo, he'll
Yeah.
pay for it.
Yeah, up to
That was a
$50.
thing.
Up to 50, up, and then yeah.
And so, speaking of that, Sherrod advertised that generous offer on our Instagram by saying, we can flash the screenshot here.
yeah. Drop your cash app.
Now that you've looked at it, Sherrod asked people to drop their Cash App after this whole Cash App scandal. And I got that sent to me by a friend because I hadn't seen it. It was
the
20 minutes
scandal.
in.
The scandal.
It's a scandal. This is a scam.
Yeah.
And he was like, wait, this doesn't, you told people not to, like, he was worried about us, right? And I was like, oh no. And I called Sherrod. And I was like, take that off. We can't be asking people for Cash Apps because then I didn't want people to confuse.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, wow, it is them. They are the scammers. Or like,
Right,
after
yeah.
we said we'll never ask you
I
for
think
Cash.
somebody just put a comment on one of our pictures like, God is dope scammed me. I'm like, dang.
No, yeah, but I think
We
that
cannot
person just,
win with these
I think that
scammers,
person
man.
just didn't.
Listen, man.
Word
Listen.
their thing right.
The scammers, if you watching this, man, come on. Really?
Come on.
Come on, man. Look at yourself in the mirror. Like, come on. Would your parents want this for you?
That's sad, man. But anyways, so that was a little blunder, and then we fixed that. We had to do a little
Damage
quick
control.
damage control. So maybe that's something
Yeah.
Clay can help us out with. That's part of PR. If we ever mess up, Clay can fix it.
Yeah.
So we got the life hack drop.
Uh-huh.
What else? Cash App goof. Talked about our guests. Talked about an event. Let's talk about a segment you want to add to this.
Oh, the shoot your shot?
Shoot your shot.
Okay, cool. So we're doing a shoot your shot segment.
Uh-huh. Did someone...
That's Jeffrey Lee that just texted me. Shoot your shot segment is just us going into the DMs and asking people if we can send them shirts. Like,
Specifically-
high profile people.
Celebrities.
And just keeping y'all informed on what goes on. So what I'll do is
Bless you.
Bless you, said. This episode I'll do it later. Screen record it. And you'll see who we DM'd.
3 people, right?
Yeah, 3
But
random.
basically, we want this to be a crowd participation thing.
Yeah.
Where, if you know someone that Not know, but
not
you
even
know.
if you know, but if you think, oh, that'll be a good fit for your brand,
Yeah.
and they might not be as accessible as just a random person, then you should DM them and try to shoot for them.
And we're looking at millions of followers.
Yeah, millions.
Millions.
Let's start off at 500K
plus. Yeah.
You know what? 200K and up. I'll do 200K.
200K would be easy.
Not really.
Yeah.
But we do want people
If they're
to
in
actually
our lane.
respond. We
Well,
do
yeah,
want
that's
people to actually respond to. So we want to,
But okay, let's do a thing where it's like one. Let's do it tiered. We're gonna shoot our shot 3
Okay,
times.
cool.
One's a Barack Obama. One is a middle ground, and one is
Yeah.
One's like a if they reply and they mess with it.
Yeah.
That's absolutely insane.
Right.
Like,
Yeah. We're gonna do 3
Yeah,
people.
we'll do
so
a 3
this is
tiered
the first person.
Freedom of speech, practice what I preach. Deliver us from evil, put us back up on our feet. I'm boiling all the water and I'm watching what I eat. Got me saving all my brothers from the belly of the beast. Emancipation for my generation. I'm the delegation. This your education. Ain't nobody save me. I got tired of.
Okay, you saw that person. This is the second person.
Somebody help.
Yeah. Money Block Cartel. AC. You got me in my zone on this one. Somebody gotta do it. You did. Somebody gotta talk to him. Here we go. From nothing to a little to a whole lot. Same block, same spot, same pot, same rock. Gotta help yourself before you help somebody else. We just out here building wealth, I'm beside myself. If you listen to me close, really I don't boast. I'm giving you the most, but I say less. I'm just leading by example out here handing out the samples.
Okay, you saw that person. Here's the third person.
Money Block. 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 Worldwide. I came up on 59th, we known for moving packs. Every night we probably spent it, but we made it back. Serving on the folks block, just trying to make it back. Living fast, the future, we never heard of that. Drinking fists of the Henny, I never say the penny. Pops telling me drugs.
Okay, so those are the first 3 people that we used in the Shoot Your Shot segment. Let us know who you think we should reach out to for the next podcast. And we just going to keep doing this, and I encourage you to do this if you got a brand. Just reach out to people and say, hey, can we send you some stuff? One thing that I don't like to do is send a message that's super long and super formal, or it's like, hey, this is letting people know what the brand is and sending them pictures and showing people, like, don't do all of that. Just ask them if you can simply send them some shirts. Because when you start making a long paragraph, if
It's
they
just
got a
gonna
lot
get
of stuff to do,
declined.
they just won't look at it. I know when people send me long paragraphs, it's hard for me to look at it because it's like 20 other messages that I got to read and filter through and see who's talking about something. But make it simple. Once you get their attention, then go back and forth with the XYZ. But hey, can we send you some shirts? Can we ship you some shirts? That's
and then
it.
that kind of like leads them to look into you instead
Right.
of you going out and
Trying to-
explaining everything.
Yeah.
Or if it's just like, can we send you some shirts? It's like, okay, maybe. Let me see
Right.
what you're talking about.
And most of the time, in my case, it's like, oh yeah, I love it. It's like
yeah.
a bunch of emojis and exclamation marks, and it's like they're excited. And
You
not-
reach out, but you get them to come to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. 48 laws. Go ahead, Jay.
So let's talk about a factory issue, a personnel issue. that we've
Okay. So in management, and just us being transparent with this blog, I try to keep everything on the table and let people know what we're going through. Recently, we did this no phone policy, and we put the phones up, and for a while they was up. I wasn't seeing phones, and then eventually, just like anything else, your girlfriend tell you about yourself, and you say, okay, baby, I'm gonna fix it, and then eventually you're back messing up again. So we thought we fixed the problem, but then we start seeing phones and this and that and stuff like that popping up. So I brought it to Jay's attention, and he went and talked to one of our managers at the at the factory, and amongst a few other things. So I reached out, and the message that I got back, I was very impressed with, and you know, I was following it all the way up until the person said one particular thing.
A very, very long and detailed message.
It was very long and detailed, and I was like, okay, I get your perspective on things. Until she said one thing that just kind of like made everything else, it trumped everything else that she had said. And it was, yeah, people do this and that, but I ain't no snitch. And I'm reading it like, wow. And I thought about it, I'm like, as a manager, your number one job is to be a snitch.
Professional snitch.
You're a professional snitch as a manager. You have to snitch.
Snitch is such a negative connotation, but it's like
it is. But it's like,
I don't want to be a snitch. You don't want to be like
nobody wants to be a snitch. But at the
you
same
have
time,
to do your job.
If you're a PO, you're a CO. It's like, yo, if somebody ain't doing their job, and that's the crazy part, because the snitches, somebody that's not a snitch, they basically put their life on the line for somebody else.
Yeah,
because it's like,
time.
Huh?
I said you're doing the time.
Yeah, you're doing the time.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's your fault. I mean, it's your own fault that you're doing the time because you didn't want to tell on your homie that didn't get caught, but you got caught but you really didn't do nothing. They did it, but you don't want to snitch. So you're going to sit in jail, you're going to do their time because you ain't no snitch. So in this case,
it's a job.
What could potentially happen is you could lose your job for not being a snitch. So not being a snitch is more important than you actually having a job.
And that's something that, like, I've kind of, you know, this being my first year in management, I've grown to understand where it's like, look, this isn't personal, but it's either you or me, man.
Right. Exactly. But did I explain that in a way that's cool? Like, 'cause I know before this we talked about not even saying it, but
no, I think that, yeah. No, yeah.
Yeah, it was.
I'd still like to.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, it's just something like that may not come very easily to people, especially in the scenario that we have where everyone's very tight knit, and also everyone's like the same age.
You know what else
like
I thought about
friends.
too? What else I thought about was the fact that they didn't come into this like this. You know what I'm saying? So it could be a hard adjustment to where it's like it's the Wild Wild West when you come.
I mean, at some point, God is Dope was me and Sir just doing whatever we wanted, and then Sherrod would be like, okay,
do this.
Actually do your jobs now.
Right.
Like, it would be like a whole day would be us just like kind of hanging out, and then it would be like 5 o'clock, and Sherrod would be like, oh yeah, wait, do all that. And it was like, oh.
Right, right.
So it's like we went from a very unstructured, like basically just people hanging out,
right,
working. I mean, we worked very hard, but I'm saying like
right.
It wasn't like what it is now and is growing to be.
You didn't know what you was going to do from day to day.
It was just like, all right, see you tomorrow. It's like, you just show up, like you just show up
right.
wherever, like
right.
It was just no rules.
Yeah.
And so,
but yeah, it's hard to make the adjustment when you come in and it's the Wild Wild West and it's so much free time and it's so much just do whatever time, to now where I'm starting to realize like, yo, this is serious. You know, I'm losing a lot of money by people just coming in on the clock, just doing whatever, and it's no record of anything being kept as far as like how many shirts are made, how many shirts are being distressed. Is it cheaper for me to pay them by the product? Is it cheaper for me to pay them by the hours? Just it's hard to really gauge that when there's no structure. So I'm trying to put in structure so we can sustain as a company. And I would hate to have to just X everybody out and bring in people into a structure just so they can respect it.
Yeah. Or just go we just don't deal with this route, and it's like we're just creative, and
yeah, we just order fulfillment somewhere else.
Whatever happens over there is not our problem. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's like the other route. So
yeah, so I would hate to do that. So I'm trying to, figure this out.
Yeah.
With the current crowd, but I would hate to just X everybody out because they can't understand that, yo, this is serious business now. It was always serious business, but now I realize it's serious business.
I guess also it's another thing where it's like I said, it was like me, Sir. Like it was like 3 people, Yeah. So it's like even that, as unstructured as it could be, it's just like, hey, okay, like what? Like, you know, it's like just 3 of us in a room, right? It's like now it's what, 15 people in here, huge room. Like it's like unstructured in this environment is a whole nother beast, you know?
Oh yeah.
So like,
yeah,
you need it.
It can get out of hand.
Yeah.
Now I'm talking about like $10,000 a month out of hand.
Yeah.
Like you just wasting on just somebody just wasting a few, like everybody wasting 3-4 hours.
And
a
I mean,
day.
and that's stuff that happens so much. And like at some point, like huge companies just can't. You just can't.
Yeah, you can't. Just like
no, I'm saying you can't control the fact that some people aren't going to do like that. Like that's just part of the. That's just the cost. Like, look, I would work in a restaurant and literally hide in the bathroom for an hour because I didn't care. Like, you know what I mean? I worked at Home Depot. It was like, all right, I'm just going to be on my phone in this corner that I know no one goes down this hallway. You know, but it's like Home Depot is a massive, like,
yeah.
They in their equation, they have, okay, out of the however many workers we have, this many aren't worth shit. Right. You know, it's like,
oh yeah.
So it's like we know we're losing money here, but that's just part of it.
Yeah.
This is still, it's growing. You know, I mean, it's big. It's not big though.
It's not. I'm not that big to where I can just lose money.
People love to tell us that it's big, but
yeah, people love.
But exactly, it's not that big that it's like that's just the cost of doing business.
Yeah,
we're not there yet.
You're gonna kill me.
Yeah, like it's still a small business as far as I think. Like there's like, I'll look it up, but there's like
a certain amount to qualify as a small. I think under $5 million a year is a small business.
And then there's medium businesses, right? Like to be a big business, like we're talking hundreds of millions of dollars, like billions of dollars.
Yeah, we're not there yet. So yeah, everything affects us. It's like people showing up late, people taking a day off, people taking 2 days off. It definitely affects us in a major way. So we have to.
And I mean, and then we've taken steps. Like, let's just talk about what we have tried to do. Right, we're back at our regular. We have regular meetings again. That's, you know, a little more order again. We've implemented an actual clock-in system, because up until last month it was just how many hours you have, how many hours you have. You know, just like there's no record of nothing. So now we have we use Homebase for, I don't know who.
I want to start watching the hours too. It's
well, that was part of the issue with management, is being that. People could be in the factory, you know, on a regular day, and they might not have anything to do, and they were just still here.
Yeah, and even like how we got like yesterday, like in the last podcast where I was going through how I was going through the numbers and price per hoodie, as the amount that 2 lead screen printers make, they shouldn't be on the same press.
No, yeah, that was an issue with the Flash, but yeah.
At any time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah, that was the whole point of having. That's why we split Matt and Jared up at some point.
Right. So I'm saying, period. They need to like have their own press, or like figure out the hours. Like that's part of being a manager, as far as like figuring out. Okay, even, you know, like if Aaliyah can't do it, you got to step in and do it and say, okay. Because I know you think creative and everything, and Aaliyah thinks just, okay, fulfillment. But you also have to think about that aspect, which we probably never really talked about. But just the money is like, okay, if we got 2 people, one is getting paid to operate their own press, and the other is getting paid to operate his own press, and they make a certain amount. If I'm paying both of them to be on one press, I'm losing a lot of money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So...
But more specifically, I was talking about like a thing where if Devin, for example, came in and we literally were so stocked on a hat, like there's nothing for him to do. Everyone else is here. Like it's like Devin doesn't need to be here for 8 hours. Then it's cool. You're cut. Have a great day. Take a walk. Go to the park.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that's just at any job I've worked like and random jobs. And
that's part of my day in and day out stress and headache. Yeah. Are we selling enough hats for Devin? Are we selling enough distressed tees for Wu and Vito? Are we creating enough sales and shirts for Few and Matt, you know, Few and Jared to stay working? Is it enough orders for Zay to fulfill? Like, you know what I'm saying? That's 8 things right there that I got to make sure every single day that's a thing. You know what I'm saying? So, Don't become an entrepreneur.
All right, that's it. We quit.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's a lot, man. It's just a lot. So I just want to like I said, a day, somebody taking a day off here and there, like that translates to $2,500 a month, which could be half of the rent here. Or
I mean, that's like literally like in schools. That's what they make the teachers take a certain. You know what I mean? I forget. There's a word for it. It's like a day of the year where it's like everyone just has it off. It's like not a holiday. It's like, I can't remember the name, but it's like, at least it was at my school.
They just don't get paid off. They just don't get paid.
It's just like people are just off that day. Like no school. Why? Because to make this budget work, this is a non-existent day. So
wow.
I don't know if we need to implement random cut days or like have certain people come in on certain days.
That's another thing that I think too. What we doing in 10 days, what we doing in 5 days a week. If we shrunk it down to 3.5 days, we could still do it. But the fact that we know we got 5 days to do it, we stretch it.
I don't think we could do what we do in 3.5 days. Like literally, like the time.
4 days. We can do it in 4 days.
Like just have Fridays off. But the thing is not like Vita. I mean, they're here today. Like people printed today.
They milking it.
I mean, let me. What?
They're here today, but they milking it.
No, I'm not. I'm saying then we test it then, and then if it's
they got a day. They was told to take a day off during the week, so they come in Friday to make it up. It's what they doing now. They could do Monday. I know, but I get it, and that's part of being a boss too. Understanding that people need money, and they gonna get their hours whether you like it or not, and you got to understand that, and you got to deal with it. But I would rather them be here today doing it than to be here the other day when we really didn't need it. What we got to do is just do better at counting.
Yeah.
Like, that's something you got to stay on the lead about, because, and not just counting, like reporting it to me.
Yeah, because it's one thing to count it, but it's not like.
If I don't see it, it's like, okay,
cool,
it get
you
lost.
might as well have not counted. Yeah.
It's like 3 months of like counting, but nobody's reporting it, and we're not going over it. Like I said, Aaliyah needs to know.
So we need to have some sort of structure to these reports, right?
Yeah, Aaliyah needs to know how many shirts they distressed a day, because they went from being paid per item to being paid hourly.
Yeah.
And what can happen in that is like, okay, yeah, I was doing 20 shirts an hour when I was getting paid per item. Now I'm getting paid. Now I'm getting paid
hourly. So you're just gonna the work that you could do in 4 hours, you'll do in 8.
Right.
Just to be here, because everyone's so lovely here.
Oh, the Reach Records meeting. We didn't even talk about that.
No, we didn't talk about the house.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about it?
I mean, we met with Reach Records. We supposed to be putting something together for Super Bowl.
So you're with it.
We're supposed to be. I gotta call Felipe and see what's up, because they changed the date on me
to the 2nd.
Yeah.
Shout out Reach Records. Shout out Norm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, do you want to talk about it real quick?
I mean, we just talked about it.
No. Let's explain what it is. It's their 15-year anniversary party.
Mm-hmm.
They want to host it at our God is Dope Airbnb. A whole VIP invite only kind of deal.
Yeah.
You know, there was supposed to be a Madden tournament.
Yeah, Madden tournament throughout the rooms.
Food, drinks.
Yeah.
Good time. Their whole thing is they're going to have an installation, like a little museum type thing. It's somewhere in the house. Right. Detailing, photos and documentation of this 15 years of Reach Records.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I think it'll be really dope and exciting to have them in there, and everyone taking snaps and.
Right. Yeah, I think it'll be cool.
Yeah.
It'll bring some value to the Airbnb.
And that'll be really cool to look at.
Yeah.
Like I love recap videos. They just look so cool to me.
Yeah. Yeah, we took them on a little tour through the house, showed them things. And they seem to like it. They seem to think it'll work. Now we just got to figure out the dates and if it's booked and things like that.
Because it was supposed to be the 1st, but then Lecrae has the show in Orlando on the 1st. So now it's the 2nd.
Now it's the 2nd, and I got to call.
What day is the Super Bowl? That Sunday, right? It's always Super Bowl
Sunday.
Sunday.
On the 3rd.
So it's the 3rd.
So yeah, I got to call Felipe.
You want to go?
To the Super Bowl? Why not? Yeah, let's go.
Shiraz buying me a ticket to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It's on camera. You can't take it back now unless you edit this part out.
Yeah, it'll be edited out. It'll be edited out. Or I'll bleep the yeah.
You're going to voice in no.
Right. All right, so.
Cool. Like, comment, subscribe.
Hope y'all like
Do
this
all
podcast. Yeah, please like, please comment, please subscribe. Please share.
Share. Yeah, we never tell people to share.
Yeah.
Send it to your friends. Share it on Facebook. Share it on Twitter. Share it on Instagram by taking a screenshot or something.
Yeah. Oh, and use this promo code at the bottom of the screen for 30% off.
Lucky you.
And it's time sensitive, so within this
48
time,
hours?
Yeah, within this 48 hours of the time frame is on the screen, and the promo code is on the screen. So yeah, check it out.
Great.
I'm Jay, by the way.